another fun Thursday evening here with the team from 𝕤𝕦𝕤𝕠𝕠𝕠𝕞. I'd like to introduce ourselves. I'm Abby.
Ryan.
Taylor.
Carrie.
We promise we know who we are, but we are the team behind 𝕤𝕦𝕤𝕠𝕠𝕠𝕞. We are an online Etsy alternative handmade, one of the newest, the best digital handmade marketplace at 𝕤𝕦𝕤𝕠𝕠𝕠𝕞. We invite all creatives in the United States, vendors to come and join our creative community. You can set up a shop and sell your handmade goods to customers looking to purchase local handcrafted quality products. So please come check us out, 𝕤𝕦𝕤𝕠𝕠𝕠𝕞. And if you just want to find something amazing and handmade, then definitely check us out, because we have a ton of vendors on there that are just crafting up the coolest stuff. But on Thursdays, we like to slow it down, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we love to come on here and just do what we love to do as crafters and just play, make some really fun stuff. So we invite you back every week to come join us and take an hour for yourself. Grab a cocktail or grab your favorite beverage, and or you can join us in crafting. We put out our supply list every Saturday before the Thursday, and we tell you what we're making, and you could grab the supplies and craft along with us. So we're really excited. We're just going to jump right in really fast tonight, because we've got, oh my gosh, the coolest project ever this evening. Ryan, what are we making?
We are each making a different kind of mushroom craft. So I am going to crochet up some mini mushrooms that you could put on a keychain or a necklace, or in a little fairy garden. Abby is going to be making some clay mushrooms, and so is Taylor. And Carrie is doing an upcycle, recycle kind of clay pot that was Pico and Fairy Garden too. So yeah, we're super excited. Mushrooms are really trending right now. So these have been like blowing up all of my crafting feeds.
My brain is just exploding right now, because when we were talking about what craft should we do this evening, we brought up mushrooms, and so I'm like, wait, what? Mushrooms? I don't know. I love to eat mushrooms, but I never thought of it as decor. And then when you really look at what people are doing right now with mushrooms, just these little hints, they're just so adorable. And you can go like anywhere with this. You could go super bright and colorful, and like it reminds me of Super Mario Brothers, the mushroom.
Yeah.
Mushroom guy.
Oh,
you
I
can go
actually
that
have
route.
the pattern to make pretty ones.
That would be cute too. Or you can go like the complete opposite and go more of that natural, boho, neutral color feel and get like the same effect. I mean, no matter where you go, these little guys are just so adorable. So you're probably wondering why you see 4 screens. So just to really quickly go over, we're 4 different crafters. We love to craft in 4 very different styles. So tonight you are going to get 4 tutorials, 1 video. Pay attention to 1 square or all of them and rewind. And join us this evening. Thank you so much for supporting us. And let's dive in with 4 different crafts. So supplies, what do we need? Kinds of stuff.
Okay, lots of stuff.
Lots of things.
Must have something different.
Ryan, what are you doing tonight?
I literally probably have the simplest. I'm just using yarn and a crochet hook. That's it. Oh, and mine will require a very tiny amount of stuffing, but if you didn't have stuffing, you could just take some scrap yarn and stuff it with that. So that's my supplies.
That's nice and easy. I literally just have, sorry, every single time I say literally, it makes me laugh because my nephew just learned that word. So he sticks that into every conversation and it just cracks me up. So I bought a 24 pack of different colors of clay on Amazon. I think that's going to be like my shopping place. Just with my schedule currently, that's what I'm going to have to do. And I kind of like giving that view on crafting, because some of us don't necessarily have the time to get out to Michael's or Joann's or Hobby Lobby. And I love Amazon. And I was having this conversation last night. I feel like when you order something on Amazon, the money doesn't, it's not real. Like you can just order whatever you want. It doesn't actually come out of your account. So I actually ordered this, and I feel like there's so many different options there that I really like the fact that I can, go through, and I purchased 24 different pieces of this bakeable clay for $8. And it got here prime, which is the best. And then I'm using these wooden dowels from the dollar store, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mushrooms and make them into like plant stakes and different potable plants. So that's what I'm doing.
That is so cool. And I love that really you put them on stakes, because then you can just kind of do them. In my case, because I usually kill every plant, you just take it out.
Plant hospice.
Yeah.
I have to say, I am very good at artificial plants, though. I mean, I make those just look good.
Yeah, they just thrive.
So, if you're looking to follow along with me this evening, I am making some miniature clay mushrooms, and I'm going to put them in a little scene that I can put in my bookcase, as well as I have those wood octagon shelves that were handcrafted by a very special handmade company in this area here in Southern California. VR Home made me these beautiful octagon shelves. So I had a lot of pine cones laying around, you guys, and look at this. I chopped the pine cone in half. I used some of my bigger pieces, and it's going to lay flat. Look how cool that is. So that's the base, and then I'm going to add some moss on there. I've got these really cool clear rocks, so I'm going to kind of make some like crystals. I think I'm going to play with some of this glow in the dark pixie dust that I have. I don't know.
Fun.
Very fun. So I might sprinkle some of that on here with some Mod Podge, just to, I don't know, make things fun at night. And then I've got paints. I'm going to do a coral set. So I have this new paint from Target. I mean,
I need to
really
go. Okay, that's on my list of things to do tomorrow. Because I keep hearing about the Target craft section. I gotta go.
So I really love Target Drive Up. So I just order online, and then you drive up and they throw it right in your trunk, and
Carrie,
it's fantastic.
Carrie, you and I we're made differently.
Yeah.
I need to walk every aisle.
Also drive up, and
I do enjoy a good Target walk, though.
Oh.
Been a while.
That's me time.
I had a whole team meeting, you guys, the other day, 2 hours walking Target. So I'm all about that.
That's also lovely, the stuff we were looking at while we were chatting too. So it was like a win-win for all of us.
Yeah,
with a virtual Target run.
Yeah. So anyways, Target's really stepped up their stuff. So if you want to check that out, they've got canvases, they've got a lot of wood blanks. They've got a whole line of paint, and it does feature a matte. Oh, by the way, I'm pointing this out. Tip number 1, Target. Great new selection. Okay. We'll be pointing out a lot of tips and tricks this evening, because that's who we are. And we're going to be reviewing some new products, which this is the Target paint. And they have a whole matte kind of section. They've got string, limited, and that's about it. But it's got a really cool, fun design. So I've got this, and then I've also got some natural colors. So I'm going to do 2 different scenes. One's going to be more colorful. One's going to be more muted. And I got polymer clay. I have a whole brick. And you're going to need some paintbrushes. I had some clay molding tools. So you can see my guys here. I used this guy, definitely used this guy to shape out some of the upper caps. And then I used some of these guys to paint the lines underneath. If
you guys are curious, mine is polymer clay as well. And I think that means it's the bakeable kind, right?
It is the bakeable kind.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. So I do have the bakeable one. And then the paintbrushes, some water. Oh, and favorite glue gun from Cherbondi.
Gotta have that. So I actually had no clue what I was doing until pretty much this morning. So sitting outside on my deck, and I realized I still had some things that I was going to be taking to the thrift store. And I realized that I had this cool bowl that is a very cute little mushroom cap now.
It's perfect.
And then this candlestick. So I'm basically going to be turning this into like a little fairy garden mushroom house of some sort.
I love it.
That's gonna be
So,
so cute.
supplies pretty much are these. And then a whole bunch of paint. I have like a lot of colors. I'm going to be mixing a lot of colors here. I'm going to try to do kind of an ombre. We'll see how that goes, but I want to do like a reddish to yellow kind of top. And then I think the stem, I might go with a tan, but I might actually do like a muted yellow. I'm not sure yet. But I went ahead and used some Mod Podge on both of them earlier, so they'd be dry by now. And then I did kind of what we did with the book, and I used some paper towels and I Mod Podge that on the top so that it'd have some texture.
I like that idea.
Yeah, that's fun. And then
Very
of course,
cool.
paintbrushes, all that good stuff. And then I have some E6000. I think that's probably the glue I'm going to use for this because it's like ceramic on plastic. So I think that'll hold the best. So
That sounds like a good idea. So we're
Will
gonna
see
start
it'll
this
take a minute
weekend.
to set, so you're gonna probably have to like.
Because last time that I
Mixing.
used hot glue on a clay piece, it did not stick. And if you're wondering which piece that was, it was my Ursula horns. I crafted together some like a trident crown seashell thing for Halloween. And you can catch that on our YouTube channel at Simply Made Local, or back on any of our videos here on Facebook in our video section. I did that. It turned out really good, but they did fall off throughout the night. So if I were to do that again using clay, I would use the E6000. But this evening, my clay pieces are very small, and so I will be using hot glue because there will be no weight and no movement to them. So we'll see. I may have to go back though and really hold them down. I will mention something that did work really well last week was I was working with Jenga pieces from the Dollar Tree. So tip number 5, I used Gorilla Glue to hold together my wood pieces, and oh my God, that thing is strong, very strong. So
That's
I do
awesome.
recommend
very
Gorilla
strong.
Glue.
So, Gorilla Glue is actually the glue that we use when we work on like big wood projects because they make a specific Gorilla Glue wood glue, and it's the best. So anytime you can get the Gorilla Glue brand, I totally recommend it.
Yeah. And I don't know if you guys know this, but they actually have come out with a line of Gorilla Glue sticks.
Yes.
I have yet
Right.
to try them, but I've seen them in all sizes.
They're fantastic.
Have you used
They're
them?
great.
personally?
I have, yeah. I used them for a really long time on my felt projects. And I really liked them. I just like the glue in general. I've used them for lots of other things, I guess, too, but mainly the felt projects. And I recommend them if you need something that really needs that extra hold.
Okay. So if you want to learn how to get started, if you're just joining us right now, we are making a DIY mushroom home decor. And I feel really weird saying home decor, but these all are pieces that we are going to put up somewhere in or around the home.
Oh, yeah, right. These are absolutely going on my my summertime tier tray because I'm just about to take my Easter stuff down.
I love that.
I like it.
Tier tray. Speaking of tier trays, if you need other ideas for tier trays, we just did bead decor on that. So that's on our YouTube channel or Facebook, as well as we show you how to make a Dollar Tree tier tray for like, I don't know, under $5, which was super awesome.
And then we did a whole then we styled the whole thing. We each made things to go on it and a different light. So that was really cool.
Yeah. So so there's some ideas. So I love that. And I love that you're knitting them. And are they going to be miniature?
It's crochet, not knitting.
I was just going to say that.
How dare you suggest it is knitting? And yes, they're going to be miniature. They're probably going to be like this big.
Cute.
I'm already on to like round 5.
Also, anybody who knows my history with clay, watch carefully because this could go really poorly.
We will see how this goes.
We all kind of have our arch nemesis of crafts.
Yep,
Yep.
resin is mine.
Mine is a love-hate. It's not really an arch nemesis. It's just more of a love-hate situation. So it's resin. I love to do it, but it's just hard for me to do it. Yeah.
It
and
turns out gorgeous.
kind of
Though.
allergic to it. So I need to wear a lot of PPE or protective equipment. Sorry, that's my nurse side coming out.
Yeah.
After the last year, I think everybody knows what PPE is now, though.
Yeah,
For
pretty much.
sure.
Ryan, what is yours?
I like this color.
What's my, I don't know, this week particularly has been serving trays of any way, shape, or form.
True.
That was really a brutal thing. Last week we did serving trays and me and the Mod Podge fabric and resin did not like it. So I tried another one and then that went crazy. Glad it turned out all right in the end. But what is my,
So
I think I do okay at all of them. I just don't know that I'm like super fantastic at any one particular thing. I'm just kind of average at everything.
God, you're
crocheting
so
is your
silly.
thing, dude.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really good at crocheting, but as far as all the other stuff that we've done, that we all do, I guess.
But we all enjoy doing kind of everything. So it's
Also, we might want to be a little bit careful with this craft on a live, because you might make something that doesn't quite look like a mushroom, which is what I just did, and I realized that partway through.
Yeah, be careful then.
I just realized what your mushroom
We don't
clay
need to
piece
get
could look
flagged
like.
for anything here.
this is too
So,
funny.
as far as mine goes, I'm using probably the simplest stitch other than the chain stitch that you can use in crochet, which is just a single crochet. And I'm right now I'm building the toadstool cap is what my pattern is calling it. You can see it's already kind of looking like a little toadstool top.
That's cute.
And it's real simple. It's just gradually increasing the single crochets as you go around and round. And I will link the pattern that I got from Pinterest on our show notes at the end, so that you can follow along as well. So I'm just
We
gonna
have
keep.
show notes. That's so fancy.
We do have
fancy.
show notes.
I'm always amazed at how fast you can
extremely
crochet.
fast, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm pretty fast.
Yeah, so you're excellent.
This is
You're
like a
excellent at
total. If
crocheting.
I was chatting and drinking wine, this would be like a 5 to 10 minute craft for me.
So I used to share an office with this woman, and she was like, all of a sudden I'd look over if she was like in the middle of running a report or something, and she would have something done. Oh, well, we also used to carpool together too. So I would look over and all of a sudden she'd have this huge thing done. Like, what in the world? She would like talk to me while her hands were moving, and I'm like, this is distracting.
That's really funny.
Oh my
And then
gosh,
who else
that's so
we got with
soothing
us?
to
We've
me.
got Christy. Thanks for joining us, Christy. She says she's loving the comedy and the friendship. And I will tell you, we may not be experts in everything, but we are experts in our friendship. So yes, thank you for, we all put
Yes.
up with a lot here in our group. And so we just love each other. We're like sisters, like a love-hate thing.
Oh yeah.
I never had sisters, so it's actually really nice.
Yeah,
I
it
have
is.
a sister, and I
We're
can
fun.
absolutely tell you this is what it's like.
It
Yeah.
is.
So yes, Christy, grab your
I
favorite
too.
drink. I've got mine right here. Doesn't this look delicious?
Oh
And,
yeah, what are we guys drinking tonight?
along.
I'm having some Cabernet Sauvignon.
my God.
I'm
Oh,
drinking
I
what I
know.
always drink.
Everybody knows me. I like different micheladas. That's what I got
That's
this evening.
true. I think I have a Sauvignon
Oh my
Blanc.
gosh,
I'm not
Abby.
sure.
I'm drinking
You have
vodka
to
with
go to
cranberry
Broken
and ginger ale.
My husband and I went to the Broken Yoke on the weekend to
Yum.
have breakfast with the two of us, and they have an amazing Bloody Mary flight, Abby, that it made me instantly think of you.
They
Oh, man.
are fantastic. That's one of my favorite places.
They also
They
have a
have an
mimosa
amazing
flight.
eggs Benedict. Oh, so good.
They have amazing everything. I
Oh
miss
yeah,
it. I used
I
to
had
go to
chicken
the one in
waffle
PB all the time. Miss that place.
They
So
have
good.
really good crepes too. But you
Yeah.
know who makes a great Bloody Mary is actually Christy, who just said that we're having a lot of fun. She makes killer Bloody Mary. So I'm glad she's here. Now I'm thinking of
Zach's drinking a
Yeah.
coffee that I brought him from Starbucks on my way home.
super fun. Okay, so I'm going to show you a little bit of what I've done. So you guys saw me working with a little bit of clay. I took my clay and I kind of separated them into these little chunks here. So this is going to be enough for your base. This is enough for your cap. I did roll something like this out. You just want a little stem, and with mine, I kind of want two different style mushrooms. So I'm going to do one that's kind of tall and thicker, and then I'm going to do a littler one, probably it's a little skinnier. So I'm going to do two stems for my scene, and then at the bottom, I kind of hollowed it out just because it kind of looks more like a mushroom, but you'll never even see that. That was kind of just for my own enjoyment there. So I've got that to the side, and then I started making my cap. And so what I did was I just rolled it into a ball, and then I started to pull it out on the sides. And then I used this tool here to kind of create a little bit of a center, like a center to the cap. So you can kind of see that there. And then I flipped some of the sides using the tool as well. So you can kind of, it's going to look kind of like this. There we go. And so now what I'm going to do is I just want to create that underside, those slits all the way down. So that's what I'll be working on next.
As usual, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I'm too like rough with this stuff. This is why I like to work with wood projects, because clay is not my friend.
But
I
see,
have zero
how anybody
patience for paint drying, so I'm
But
fighting.
I
this
love
a
that
little.
you keep trying, Taylor.
Oh, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna make this project my, you know what?
this goes to show that
You're never
Anybody
good
can
at something
try
the very first time.
absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
No,
The
I
first few crochet pieces I ever made were so terrible. Like, yeah, real bad.
Yeah, you just got to keep, definitely trying.
Keep going on.
Let's see here. So
I'm almost done with my toadstool cap and about to move on to my bottom.
I love that it's called a toadstool. It's so cute.
I know.
Well, that's what the pattern is calling it, so that's what I'm going with.
for anybody who is just joining us, we are making mushroom craft, DIY mushroom home decor. We're all making something a little bit different. Carrie is repurposing a couple objects that she was about to throw away. She's making them into a mushroom that she can make a fairy garden with. We've got Ryan, who is crocheting a mushroom, and we've got Taylor, who is working with some polymer clay. And she's going to be doing these as little accents in plant pots. And I am doing some polymer clay mushrooms as well. And I'm putting them into a little scene on a pine cone. So thank you for joining us. And so I am just about done finishing these. And Carrie is painting, right? Is that what you're doing?
Seriously. I'm trying to ombre this a little bit. Well, it's going.
I love it.
I have a really hard time waiting for paint to dry before I try to do another coat, so I may have to redo
Same.
the
Oh, I
camera
know,
for a
that's
little bit.
the worst.
It's so frustrating.
Like watching water boil.
Yes,
So
everything
boring.
should dry quickly.
We are definitely the age
just
of
got
instant
done
gratification.
doing
I'm gonna
molding my clay. So now this is baking polymer clay. So I put it in the oven, 275. You put it in for about 15 minutes per 1/4 inch is what the instructions say. So that's what mine was about. But I did it for a full 30 minutes because some of my stems were a little bit thicker. So this is what I have out of the oven. So look how cool that is with just oven baked clay. This is the polymer clay. This is sort of my stem and cap. So now I'm just going to paint this with some water and some matte paint. But even if you use acrylic paint, tip number 10, if you are painting on clay and you even have just regular acrylic paint, it's going to turn out matte, obviously, because you're painting on clay. So, and then I have my pine cone here. I'm going to start to attach some moss on that and then put my mushrooms and my clear rocks that are going to look like crystals on here. So I'm going to get started on painting these guys.
I used to be really good at ceramics back in high school. It was like my favorite class, obviously. I mean, why wouldn't I pick that over algebra? But I was decent at it and I loved it. It's just for whatever reason, I think I've lost my touch. So I got to keep working at it. But I will say that this kit came with this kind of cool tool and I can put it on the actual top of the mushroom and then kind of squeeze it down and it gives the inside of my mushroom some cool texture.
That's cool.
That's cool. Oh, I know. Like I was at Hobby Lobby the other day and my youngest daughter, Ava, she wanted to start doing some clay stuff. I think she saw us doing clay jewelry one day and she's like, I want to try that. And they have so many more cool tools there that you can use to get really unique, shapes. And they have really cool miniature cutters. They look like they belong in like a Barbie kitchen or something, but they're really cool. I mean, it's definitely like a craft that has really come a long way, I feel like, than a few years ago.
Yeah, recently I know it's gotten very big compared to what it used to be.
She watches people making things on TikTok out of clay all the time.
There is a guy on TikTok who just sits there at his, what is that called? At the wheel. And I could watch those videos for hours. Thank God for TikTok. That's all I gotta say.
There is a really awesome gentleman that I follow. Not on TikTok, but on Facebook. And he crochets the coolest amigurumi like animals, but like he'll do like French fries and hamburgers, just all these crazy things, and he makes them with like little faces on them and they're adorable. And then he does all these cool photo shoots with them, like, hey, I'm a dude, but it's okay if I crochet.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I think is cool.
Yeah, I guess it's not something that you see a lot amongst the male population. However,
yeah, not as often. It used to be.
Yeah.
All Scottish men knew how to knit, crochet.
Oh yeah, they repair their woolen socks.
It's a whole thing.
I like it.
Okay.
I'm down for it. I taught my husband.
The ombre is coming along, I think.
Yay.
I look like a crazy person doing this, but just, don't mind me.
No, I love that we're kind of celebrating Earth Month around here, and you are taking something that would have probably gone to the dump.
Yes.
And you've repurposed it into something that's going to get a whole new second chance on life.
Exactly. Okay.
And I love the idea of these fairy gardens. I might have to start
Me
one.
too.
They were so much fun with the little girls doing them. It's so fun. I mean, well, just any of the kids love them. I shouldn't say just little girls. That was mean. Like my nephews would come over and play with my daughters all the time.
Always love them too.
My nephew would love it.
I would intentionally find like things that I knew. I would like find little miniature cars for the little creatures to ride. And
well, you know what I've noticed is like Michael's has a whole section for it now.
Oh yeah. Michael's even started a whole section where you can like build your own miniature like house scenes, because I've noticed that's real big on TikTok lately too. I don't know. You guys know I'm fascinated with miniature things, and
Right.
I spotted
Yes.
that right away. And I'm like, dang it, I can't take those in my camper with me. So, oh, so by
Love
the
it.
way, everybody, I'm in Las Vegas this week.
Yay.
So I know that Taylor's going to tell us about the weather here, but how's the weather over there?
It's actually probably better than it is there. It's been only in the high 80s this couple days that we've been here. We're going to be here for like 3 weeks because we're having some upgrades done, but it's actually right now I have the windows and doors open because it's like really nice and cool and breezy.
Love it.
I love it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Me
I know
too.
I normally do the weather report. And honestly, this week I haven't been out of my office very much. I know that it's warm because my husband's been complaining of
I'm
the
complaining.
heat.
I'm complaining.
Yeah. So I
Gonna be a
know it's
lot of Carrie
warm,
complaining for a while here.
but well, I don't mind summer. I like summer, but I'm a California girl through and through. Like I love me some heat, but I know that he was complaining about it recently, so
Okay,
I know it's been warm.
you guys,
What?
What?
do you see that?
Oh,
Is it coming
Wow.
through well?
looks like
That's
a
awesome.
I feel like this ombre turned out way better than I thought it was going to.
That looks
It looks
gorgeous.
fantastic.
Okay, now I just have to work on the stem because I'm not really in love with this, but
Well, you could always do the stem like a browner and like
yeah,
make
I
it
think
like,
I might change it a little bit,
stuff.
but like I wanted an orangish, one of these like kind of ombre orange mushrooms, and I think I might
you
be
got
pulling
it.
that.
I think you got it.
That's
Yes.
exciting.
We've got some new people joining us. Thank you for joining us for simplymadelocal.com. On Thursdays, we love to just have a craft night live party with you guys. So tonight we are making DIY mushroom home decor. So we're adding little mushroom accents to some of our pieces in our home. We're decorating some tier trays, some wood octagon shelves, and some plant planters. And then we've got Carrie making a whole fairy garden to go outside, which I just
Hey,
love. She's
Abby,
doing
I have a quick question for you, Abby, since you're my
Yes.
clay professional. So I want to attach these mushroom caps to the stems. Should I bake them first and then glue them on?
Yes. So you want to,
Because otherwise they're misshapen.
So as you can see, I have my two separate pieces. So now
Got
once I get them painted, I did sort of make my under mushroom piece have like a little button underneath
Okay.
the cap. And then I divvied out a little place on my stem. So right now I'm going to be able to just kind of attach this with some glue, and then I'm going to put that onto my scene. Now,
Okay.
I would suggest if you're doing the stick, you're going to obviously put the stick in the
Yes.
clay and bake the stick with the clay. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's just I'm having some issues trying to keep the top of my mushroom in like a certain
Shape.
yes.
So right before I set them in the oven, I sort of did it on my pan, and I had this silicone bowl, and that's kind
Yeah.
of what I used. So I put
Okay.
the cap inside here, and then I took this tool, which has this rounded blunted end, and I
Yes.
inside the bowl, I sorted, kept that flipped up look.
Got
This
it.
look
Okay.
here. And then as I did that, then I just like put it right in the oven.
Okay. See what I can't do.
Tip number 15, I sort of have used in the past where I have used a metal little like measuring cup that I had, and I placed that, to kind of mold my clay over if I needed some sort of shape. Aluminum foil works as well. What else have I used? Just really those two. Oh, and like a shot. it went with this shot shake or this shaker that I had. And so it's like this little metal shot glass. And so I've used that too, to sort of put my clay over to mold it into different things.
Gotcha.
Different ideas. All right, so here is my base. I'm just about done with this. I want to use this brush here, and I'm going to paint my stem. I'm going to glue it, and then I'm going to start getting the moss on there. So I really want to finish this so you guys can kind of get an idea. Sometimes we don't finish our crafts here on Thursday because we just kind of continue it after we're done with you guys. So we post those finished projects every Thursday on Instagram and Facebook at Simply Made Local. So this morning we put out a reel. That was really interesting. The reel
That turned out great.
So if Instagram has this new thing, reels, and you can post videos. So we kind of put our before and afters on there for you to see, and you can check out how last week's project turned out. Those were a lot of fun. We repurposed DIY serving trays.
Yeah, that was fun.
Ryan had a really hard time with hers, but it turned out beautiful.
It did.
Yeah.
I'm so mad about
Whatever. I was just glad I was able to like pull something out. Like, I don't know, sometimes last minute inspiration is better than something. I literally had planned the other one for like 2 weeks with my mom, and I still haven't broken it to her. Hi mom, guess what? You're not getting your tray. Sorry. I'll send you a cuter one instead. But yeah, like I planned the other one for days and days, and then I just pulled this cuter one out of nowhere. So sometimes last minute inspiration is wonderful.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm working with here. I just couldn't figure out exactly what I wanted to do. And so I was looking all over Pinterest. Nobody was doing anything that just really, really, really caught my eye. And so I kind of came up with, I'm going to attach it to something so that I didn't want to just have them free, I guess, standing in my bookcase. And so I came up with putting them on something. And I thought at first, oh, well, why don't I do like a wood round, which that would have worked too. But then I realized I didn't have any. So then I had a bunch of pine cones, and that really worked out. So I'm going to do a whole scene on a pine cone.
Yeah.
So what I think I like about
more woodsy.
Yeah. What I'm liking about this particular project too, though, is that no mushroom is perfect. So you kind of get this cool, I don't know, variation in each different piece, that is, it's going to look more natural that way.
Right. So the paint colors I went with for this, because I wasn't sure how this ombre was going to work, if anyone wants to know, I mixed an orange yellow with salmon for the yellowish bottom. And then I painted that all around. And then I mixed that with a little bit of Mars orange, just a little. And I did kind of a center area. And then the top here that I pulled down into it, I threw some vermilion on top of the rest of the paint that I had left.
I love that name of that color.
Yeah, I love it. It's pretty.
Vermilion.
And then I just
Although
used
the Mars
this.
orange sounds cool too.
Yeah, it's a really cool color. I use this really stiff paintbrush to really like kind of pull the paint down. So that's kind of how it meshed together. I didn't really expect it to work out that well. Kind of excited.
Well, yeah,
I'm almost done with mine, and I've begun stuffing it.
And then this one I changed up a little bit. I added a little beige to my, what did I use here? Yellow ochre, white,
Pretty.
a little bit of the orange yellow, and then some beige. I think that's what this whole mix is here. We'll see if this is the last color. I might change it again. You never know.
Inspiration might strike and you might change your mind.
I might
So I'm gonna
antique it up a little
attach
too.
my moss onto my pine cone. And I'm trying to really thin it out because I feel like it looks more natural, sort of just kind of spread out and not so bulky. And I'm kind of looking for some of the stringier pieces because I feel like that just, once again, will just kind of look a little bit more natural growing on this pine cone. Nope, just gonna
And I have to say that I did not follow this pattern absolutely perfectly because as I was going along, I realized that it had many, many more rows and I didn't want my little mushroom to be that big. And it's turning out so cute. And I
It's
think I
adorable.
might make the other colors in this like color pack yarn that I got and maybe make them into a garland instead of having them on my tier tray.
Ooh, yes.
Oh yeah, that'll look good.
All about it. I love a good garland.
Me too.
No, I've been, and the way our living room in our camper has the window is it's like perfect for garland.
I'm still rocking my Easter garland that we made because it wasn't a traditional Easter garland. It wasn't like bunnies. It was more, I brought in Lent, the Lent season colors, and that represented Easter for me. So I can actually just kind of keep it moving. So
Yeah.
I really like.
My Easter garland said Easter. It came down already.
Yeah, mine is a bunch of carrots, so mine came down as well.
Yeah, mine's kind of neutral colors, but it has some eggs on it and some feathers, so it's very like boho, but we have a whole lot of chickens around here, so I feel like I can rock that thing year round if I want to.
Right? You and your
Like a
chickens.
lot of chickens.
I wish you had one of those really fluffy chickens. Those are like
Oh my
my
gosh.
favorite.
A silky, I want one so bad. I'm trying to talk her into it.
Yes, those are cute. All right, another thing that I probably didn't grab and won't probably put on during the live, but I'll probably add later is I have some potpourri from the Dollar Tree. I will say I did get this moss at Michael's. They've got some really great deals right now because their succulent section is part of their summer line. And so that will go up to 40, 50, 60% off. So just keep an eye out for that.
And they had really cool colored moss there too that I saw the other day that I literally was almost about to put in my basket because it was so
They
cute.
had some really pretty purples I saw.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I'm kind of sticking, the way I'm doing this is I'm sticking the moss kind of around and in the pine cones to make it look like it's kind of coming out of a pine cone that just kind of fell on the ground. Moss started growing on it and then a mushroom started growing on it. So that's kind of the look I'm going for. So some of these spots that are a little bit more open, I think I'm gonna just stuff some moss in there and really get it to look sort of natural. So just about done here. And then I'm gonna start adding they're clear rocks, but I'm gonna make them look like crystals. I'm gonna start adding that and then I'll be able, my paint will be dry on my mushroom and I'll be able to assemble that and then glue it down. Simply putting this in a bookcase, I'm only kind of doing it one-sided. So I'm not really decorating the back because I really love my moss and I work with it a lot in a lot of different crafts and product photos. So I don't really want to add too much all the way around. I just want to add just enough.
All right, guys, there's my little mushroom.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that is so
cute.
Great job.
That's really good.
Thanks. I think I'm gonna put a couple little white spots on it.
Yeah,
Cute.
that would be very cute. I know I was debating with this one, but I kind of like it just as is, I think.
I started to tell you guys about the Dollar Tree, and I'm sorry I got distracted. So at the Dollar Tree, what did I find? A bag of potpourri. And so it's got a lot of wood chips in it and wood pieces and broken up acorns. So I think I might add some of that on top as well.
Oh, you know, speaking of fairy garden stuff too, the Dollar Tree has been having fairy garden stuff lately too that I've seen.
Yeah, I saw some in their spring selection. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
I really wish I would have broke up maybe some of these pieces because they're very, very large. I like this little piece that kind of is able to sit sort of there in the front. I might just bang this rock real quick. Let's see what happens. Okay, that's not going to happen. I'm going to do it off camera with a hammer and add little crystals kind of coming out. So I'm sorry that I won't be able to show you that, but I will attach this crystal on there. I love it.
Oh my gosh, the little doctor. So cute.
Oh, Addison says she loves Carrie's mushrooms because the color is very vibrant. She loves the ombre.
Oh, thank you. Super cute.
All right, my paint is dry, so I'm going to try to attach again this mushroom, and then where I've got the glue kind of showing, I'm going to paint over that. So I want to get this going here.
He's making me want to be like a little fairy person.
Want to be a little fairy person?
Yeah, I'm gonna live amongst the
Just
mushrooms.
reinforcing my love of miniatures.
Yes, that's very true. Ryan does have a love.
I don't know. I love them so much. It's because I had my wonderful grandfather who passed away many years ago when I was 9 years old. I wasn't the only grandchild, but I was the only granddaughter at the time. He handmade me like the coolest dollhouse, and they scoured like everywhere to get me cool like miniatures for it. And then that was like something me and my mom would do. Would like go to yard sales and hunt for miniatures, and I don't know. It's always been like a thing.
Fun.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
Nice memory. We did miniatures recently. What did we do?
We do so much stuff. I don't remember.
What was
I can continue working my brain.
Yes, Ryan did do miniature embroidery.
I did the embroidery.
Yes.
Which
We
I
were
did
making kitchen magnets.
today. I started a cherry one today.
Very cool. We did DIY kitchen magnets a couple weeks ago. So
Yeah.
that was
But I did find those wood rounds that you used, Abby, at Hobby Lobby, and I'm gonna be doing some of those too because that was really, I like.
oh my gosh, yes, I love them. They're on my fridge right now, and they're just so beautiful. They make me stop and like they catch my eye a little bit. I had some dried flowers, and what I did was I put the dried flowers down and then put resin, and I just dripped the resin over, and I kept moving the resin throughout the evening until it really hardened so that it wouldn't stick to, I wouldn't get like a really weird under jagged edge. So that was cool. They turned out beautiful. And then I attached the magnets the next day. A little bit of green on my fridge.
My magnets are at work and I love them. They're on my display board at work and I get to look up at them and wish that I was crafting most of the time.
Okay, so I'm just waiting for this mushroom to dry, and then I'm just kind of adding some texture on the other side of this cap. We're just about ready to get done. Do you guys have any other last minute tips on how to finish the project? Carrie, what do you have to do to finish?
I have to glue this together once everything's dry. I'm gonna hope that the 6000 does it on its own, but I know that the trick is hot glue and D6000 at the same time. I'm hoping that this just like settles really well together and glues on tight. So I think that's about it for mine, honestly.
If you put D6000 and you just let it sit, and hopefully no kitty cat bumps it. It should be good.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm surprised she hasn't been harassing me tonight.
She's our resident mascot, by the way.
She's usually my
Yeah.
crafting partner. I think the husband took her tonight.
So funny.
You guys,
Okay,
the
let's
little
check
polka dots totally made it infinitely
Oh.
better.
So cute.
Look at that. Yes.
Okay.
Now it's a little Mario Brothers one.
There's the idea of it.
I know.
Oh,
the
Carrie,
Mario
that looks
Brothers are
fantastic.
actually So cute, Carrie.
I feel like this is pretty good for a very last minute, like, what am I going to do tonight?
Sometimes those are the best.
Yeah, for sure.
It is. It is. So I tried to make mine a little natural. So it's kind of just got all sorts of just neutral colors all over
Abby,
it.
that's so good.
It's quite interesting. So
I like it.
thank you. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down onto the pine cone. And I'm pretty much done until I can get some of the crystals put on there. But this is a really fun thing that you can really put anything you want on your pine cone. So don't be scared to try different things. Like I said, I'm going to add some potpourri, all sorts of stuff. So I've just kind of got that stone mushroom there. Here's the front of my pine cone piece. And I'm going to attach this mushroom here.
That
And this
looks
is gonna
so
go in
good.
my bookcase. Thank you. Let's see. What do you guys want to hold up some of your where you're at?
Mine
Let's
aren't
see.
quite done yet.
Let's see.
This
but-
is about as good as I can do right now, but
Put my thing up. So fun. So
Very fun.
thank you
Really
so
into
much
this.
for joining us. I think Taylor, what do you have to do left? Just stick it in the oven, right?
Well, I have to put my sticks in there too. But
Fix the paint.
Yep.
All
I'm
right. So thank you so much for joining us. We're going to get going here tonight. We do want to remind you that we do have a crafting blog on the site at it's at www.simplymadelocal.com, and that's our marketplace. And then you can scroll all the way to the bottom and you'll find our blog, which features crafting tutorials as well as some of our favorite vendors that we found across the United States, making some of the most incredible projects. Sorry about that, you guys.
so talented.
Anyways,
So nice.
yeah, I've got, anyways. So
Mom,
we've got that on the blog. That would be my kid. We've got that on the blog, and we just put out a new article featuring Mother's Day and Father's Day gifts that you aren't going to find anywhere else. Some really, really interesting ideas this year, as well as in our newsletter. We sent that out this week that highlights that article as well. So I think we're going to get going. We'll be back here next Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to put out that supply list this Saturday, so make sure to catch it. We're going to catch us back here next week with your favorite cocktail. And we'll be back with some more tips and tricks on all things crafty. Have a wonderful week, you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.